My name is Giancarlos, and today we will be solving this quadratic formula exercise. It's basically a quadratic equation, and here I've written down the formula or the form of the basic quadratic equation, so you know where each value is coming from. And yeah, so basically A is the value that's the number that's multiplying the x squared, B is the one that's multiplying the x, and C is just the constant at the end. So in this case, A is going to be equal to 7, B is going to be equal to 0 because as you can see, there's no x here, which means that x is 0 because if you multiply x times 0, you're going to get nothing. So there's nothing there. And C is 140, which is the constant at the end. And now let's work through it. So basically what we're going to have is 0. Just give me 1 second. 0 plus minus 0 squared minus 4 times 7 times 140, which is going to be quite a large number. So we will use our calculator to find out which number that is. And that divided by 14, because it's 2 times 8, which is 14 in our case. And from what I can tell, this is going to give us non-real answers. So if your teacher told you that they want you to find the answer even if it doesn't belong into the real numbers, because some teachers, what they want is they only allow for answers that are in the real numbers domain. So yeah, basically for this question here, the answer will be no answer. But if I'm assuming that they told you that they want the answer even if it's not the real number. So let's work on it. So 7 times 140 times 4, that's 3,920, and that doesn't have its own square root, so it's gonna give you a number in the form of like x times square root of y, something like that. So for that, we have to factor this huge number into smaller numbers, and that's what we're going to do right now really quick. So to do that, we just just write down the number, and then we start like breaking it down into smaller factors. So the first one is 2 because this number is obviously divisible by 2 since it's 0. Then we write down what the answer is, that division. So that's 1,960. And we can see that this number is also divisible by 2. So we repeat the same process, and then we get 980, which is also divisible by 2. So we get that in 490, if I'm not wrong. And yes, 490. And we keep dividing like that until we reach the point where the number is not divisible by 2 anymore. And that is this point because it ends in 5. So what's the next factor we can use? It's 5. So we divide by 5. And we get 49. And 49, as we know, is 7 squared. So the factor that we're going to divide it by is going to be 7. And then we get 7, and we get 7, and let me scroll down a little bit. 7, then we divide by 7 again, and that gives us 1. So there's our factorization. So therefore, we're trying to find the square root of the square root of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is going to be 16 times 5 times 49, which is just going to be 7 times 4, which is 28, times the square root of 5. 28 times the square root of 5 is going to be our answer. And let's write it down here. 28 square root of 5 divided by 14, which is going to be 2 square root of 5. Square root of 5 I, because it's a non-real answer. And that is our answer, basically. And plus minus also forgot. Because, yeah, it's part of the quadratic formula. Yep.